one day this nation will rise up and live out the true meaning of its creed.
Don't allow anybody to project any stereotypes on you that tell you that you can't be here, that you're too dark, or that you're not smart enough, or that you're too dramatic, or you're too loud. You are exactly who you need to be.
They will never let a black man be Captain America.
When I look down at this golden statue, may it remind me and every little child that no matter where you're from, your dreams are valid.
Don't you ever forget that being black is an honor because you come from greatness.
You can murder a liberator, but you can't murder liberation. You can murder a revolutionary, but you can't murder revolution. And you can murder a freedom fighter, but you can't murder freedom.
To be young, gifted, and black.
Who are you rooting for tonight?
I'm rooting for everybody black.
The only thing that separates women of color from anyone else is opportunity.
All right, family. All right, and all riggedy right. What's going on this morning, this Saturday morning? February the 21st in the year 2026, right? What's going on, family? Y'all welcome into another episode of A Different View. Family, plain and simple, today we're going to be talking about two words. I hope y'all like that little intro there. I thought it was very apropos for what's going on, what we're going to have to speak about today. We are not going to take too much of your time because, again, we're talking simple truths, family. Simple, plain truths people do not want to see because they like staying stuck very close. Y'all hear me now? We're saying very close to massa. And by very close, I mean real close to massa. We ain't, we've seen it. We're going to talk about it today. Colorism. Hopefully we can introduce the word colorism. And we're talking about the document that describes the mindset of it. We had already spoken about it last time we were on the podcast. It was funny with everything that's happened with the Super Bowl and just time with family and so on and so forth. Your boy hasn't gotten to as many recordings, but we have done some here in little pockets on TikTok, so you can find those on YouTube. And of course, if you follow your boy KJ's Clock on TikTok, you can re-watch a whole bunch of them. We're going to try to group them in a little folder like we have done on YouTube, make it a bit easier. With that said, let's do the open. Family, welcome in us, A Different View, family who believe in, who love after. We love after, family. This, again, is we've got 7 more days, right? And it don't end, okay? This is the reason that we started off with this video, because it don't end, family, right? We're going to play you some stuff here, hopefully, to kind of wake up in the mind how they talk, family. We got to understand, you know how you learn Spanish, right? Or you learn English for our migrant brothers and sisters who will then immigrate into the United States, and you have to learn English, which is on the books as one of the harder languages to learn, right? Shocking. On a planet full of so many people, dark brown and tan skin tone, and all the languages that we speak, that the one that would be hard to understand would be English. No, but we love after over here, family. We ain't got no time about which one the best, because the maker ain't made one the best. And the last I checked, they said that the United States was a Christian nation. We want to unravel that myth. Like we have said at the beginning and the outset of this podcast so many years ago, that the only thing that's God-fearing or God-made or anything with God involved is that they used God to create the United States. That's clear to see. I do not mean it from a positive standpoint. We mean it in the most negative possible, family. Does it have some positive outcomes from their sickness and foolishness, as the word goes? Yes. Because you were using a holy source. But make no mistake, you used it in the most unholy fashion. So again, we love after, we hunger and thirst, search and seek to find that which is a different view. Family, welcome in. Let's get two things out of the way real quick. That is the definition of treasure and the definition of love. Well, we are going to name this here for the Spotify family, right? Treasure and love. Okay. There's verses in the scriptures that talk about where your treasure is. That's where your heart is also. Okay. Let me see if I still got it pulled up. I might not here. Give me a second. Let's see. Let me see. Yeah, I do. I got it right here. Let's see if I can get close. Make sure y'all can hear me. Let me know in the comments if you cannot. So Matthew 6, talking about taking heed. Family, normally when you see the words take heed in the scripture, we going back to the King James Version. That's the scene of the crime. We like doing that over here, family, right? We understand Mr. King James wanted to put this one out over the Geneva Bible and so on and so forth, because again, it's a lot of holiness isn't involved with these folks. It's a lot of proverbial man member waving. We'll just say it that way. OK, just to not be too blunt, but we could say it another way. Right. And on other podcasts, I probably have said it differently. Take heed that you don't do your alms before men. This is Matthew 6:1. Right. Before men. This is old school English talking. Right. So you got to break it down in today's speech to get it. Don't do stuff before folks. Folks like to do everything. And, you know, I made this bill for this one, and I did this for the American people, and this, that, and the other. And again, we're speaking a lot of masses terminology, family. So you got to, again, study words and phrases. And the more that you keep doing it, the more that you see you speak in the captive's language. So it's OK. There's a mental game that they've done on a lot of people, family. You know what I'm talking about? So there's a lot of renewing in the mind that we have to do. To be seen of them. So again, Christ doubled down in saying what he's talking about. Otherwise, you have no reward of your Father which is in heaven. Pause. See, again, people are on the temporary down here, family. Which is another thing when we talk about Christians, if we could talk about this one time. We understand that we understand that the Christian is waiting on the rapture, and you waiting for God to vacuum us out of here. You know what we talking about? We waiting for Christ to crack that, what they say, the eastern sky, I think. Yeah. You waiting for him to come down through the east, come through. Hey, pick us on up. We going west. But family, your Bible says that since tomorrow is Sunday, right? We still gonna be, it's Lent season, right? We just had Fat Tuesday, man, aka Mardi Gras. We hope y'all had a good time chowing down and partying, you know, not too hard, you know, sisters. Hopefully you did not open up the door for one of these knuckleheaded fools to abuse you, right? Okay, but we just had Mardi Gras and we get it, and we know Lent season coming for our Orthodox Christians, right? Again, I guess Christians, you would just say if they were Orthodox, because there's that there would be no division, because like with Catholic, it's supposed to be universal. This is what the word has been given. We like playing a good, you know, merry-go-round trip with words and phrases, because that's how Massa does things. So there is no one language and one talk. So we got to say Orthodox Christian instead of Christian. But I digress. We understand where folks like to hide in the mind. We get it. We all got little pockets of different things. It's just that's not one where we choose to hide, family, right? And I can say this very clearly because I'm one. You can be a Christian without all that mess. Anyway, to be seen of them because you have no rewards. Everybody doing, you know, you got mad at Drewski when he was letting you know what's going on in your kitchen. Okay. You didn't want the secret recipe getting out too late. You've done it enough that we all know. We've been eating to this nasty mess, and we don't like it no more. And we done got to the age to talk to you about it. Young folks, you know what I'm talking about? You know, come hella high water, I'm going to catch that ass whooping from my mama and daddy. Don't matter. We letting you know this stuff is gross. Family, listen, when it comes to giving and helping, unfortunately now, right, we got the government involved in this because all of a sudden now the government is so holy, right? The government is so holy now that they can come on in and let you know what's regulated, not regulated, all this kind of like we can't see with our own two eyes. We walking on our 2 feet. We you know, God done made us with hands and ears and arms and legs and a mouth and a good sound mind. That's what your Bible tells you, right? So we can see we don't need your regulations, ladies, sir, madam, whatever dignitary you are, right? Again, government and governing each other is a holy thing, family. But what massa will turn it into is something very unholy. Say it again. Governing each other, governing people is a holy element put in this planet. What is not is how greedy, hateful, spiteful, haughty, full of vanity in their soul, mind, and heart type of people will use it for. There's a difference. And it comes out. We can see it. The verse goes all the way down after you get past how we're supposed to, again, Christ called them hypocrites for doing this, by the way. Okay. You get all the way down into the Lord's Prayer. Okay. Once you get past that part of it, that'll take you, let's see, verses 9 through like 15, I believe. When you get down to, let's see, 19, this is where it goes. And this is where folks get in their mind. Again, there's things to do down here, family. Stop making it so spooky like what's coming up in heaven. We got stuff to acquire down here as a result of what has happened in heaven. This is supposed to be an image, a likeness, correct? That thing talking about streets made of gold up there, and you want people down here with no gold chain, no platinum chain. But the rapper, no. But the rapper out there. See, the reason that we played you is imagery, family. Do you know that Massa playing with? That's why the woman is chasing all these beauty products and stuff, but she's made beautiful. Wait, which? Never mind. This is why men have to do what they do with this muscle thing and all it. Who made you? Are you beautifully and wonderfully made, brothers? You handsome as can be, or what are we doing? We understand the healthy life out here. Don't you get me wrong now. We talking about imagery play. See, we've talked about wordplay on this podcast, family. We're going to start to get into imagery play, too. Because we also speak in how we see things. All build up into the mind. So all of this, see, when part of our conscious brothers and sisters bring out this truth, which is a real thing, is that all is the mind and the universe is mental, family. That's the most powerful thought. Don't you know they made that? Don't you know they made that atomic bomb to go blow away? Or again, people want to say it's other things and all this kind of stuff. Again, we talking about what's on the books. You sat there and you made an atomic bomb for what reason? Or if you wanted to play like it's a hoax, like folks didn't really go to the moon or whatever. Again, at the end of the day, we've seen hidden figures, so we know that there's black folks that was helping folks in NASA, black women, help put white men on. Just say it plainly. For those who say the black folks don't do nothing for this country, no, we actually did a whole lot to a lot of laws and to a lot of legalities and a lot of regulations that kept us from benefiting from it. So when you see all these inventions, family, just know why ain't the black folk on? Where'd all the money go? This is where they like to get in their conspiracy space. Family, we want to make it easy. They regulated how much money you can get. You can look at Sarah Rector and already know. If they gave her guardians back in I think it's the 17 and 1800s, we've talked about her before. What do you think? They don't want you with money. They want them with the money. Never mind. All right. So let's keep moving. Sometimes that's hard for people to get to. Don't lay up treasure. Verse 19, Matthew, which one are we in? Matthew. There you go. Man, the truth hidden in earthen vessels. So I don't, this whole thing of memorizing where it is and that's all well and good, but you can search the words just the same. We get it for those who commit to memory. We're not knocking it, but sometimes we get a little too high and mighty on that memorization thing, right? Just won't keep it plain. Lay not up for yourselves treasures upon the earth, where moth and rust doth corrupt. Now, we've gone on this podcast to let you know, don't you, that these people are killing each other. So family, you think about the truth of a thing. See, again, we like to do this one or the other when two things are actually right there. Okay, more than two sometimes. These people are killing each other. They put their kids up on the chopping block. Family, we're just talking about what it is now. They put their mama and their grandmama up on their chopping block. They're the original hustler, by the way. When we say they, we're talking about greedy so-called white folks. We're just saying what it is. Now, in every culture, before, again, we're talking imagery now. Don't you just only lay it at the feet of the so-called white man, okay? Hey. That black femicide rate is not happening the way it is because of the so-called white man. That's brothers doing that, right? The single parent household. We're talking about what's on the books, family. We ain't playing around. Look at the people groups. That's now you can go and say that the deception of this, but at what point now does it come back to you? And they're right in when they say that to you. They're not wrong. It's playing a little bit on how they messed around. But family, again, see, all have sinned means all have sinned, which means we got work to do. Similar to how Christians act around the world. I don't have time to be talking about what the Muslim doing, what the trans. Again, we're talking about the things that you say are wrong. We're just putting that list out. We don't have time to talk about what the transgender doing, what the homosexual is doing, what the Muslim is doing. We got work to do. Men, we don't have time to down the woman all day long. Why are we doing that? It's about teamwork. So maybe we got to listen to them too. Because again, the scripture's telling you we're off of, it's a few days away from Valentine's Day, right? It's like a week, right? But we can still have relationship talk, I think, correct? At the end of the day, brothers White, she on the team. You don't own her. This is not this submission mess. I know what's being taught to you. We telling you what you can see with your own two eyes. Y'all are on the team. So when you go in these stores, you won't listen to what she's saying. Okay. And we do this fight back and forth because it happens with women to men too. Again, the point ain't even who originated the mess. It's just about stopping it. Just listen to each other, right? Acknowledge each other's faults one to the other. Maybe tomorrow, right? For those who will hear this today, maybe that'll be a sermon for y'all, right? One to the other. We not, who's lording it over the, anyway. Lay up not treasures for yourself on this earth. Okay, that don't mean, see, lay up not means where you put all your effort just to hear. But it's funny, a lot of people who kick you this rapture game are actually doing all the stuff right here. Maybe because you're in the world and not of it. To our Christian brothers and sisters, right? There's certain illusions you got to come away from. There's a reason that it's said dual like that. You're in the world, you're in it. So don't ignore your culture for Christ, because Christ, or God, right? We're talking the Son of God, right? This is by whom cultures are made, by whom all things consist. No. We know the culture part you take out of. We're talking about through all that. This is how it is. God don't see no color. Yeah, no. I'm pretty sure the maker made melanin. I'm almost positive of that. That wasn't made in a lab somewhere. Yeah, God sees my color, but I can see the people who don't. Hey, real simple from the Bible. How can you love God? And we posted it on TikTok, right? Because this is just something that we do. We do a good holy dance around it, whether it's Pentecostal. Because again, Lent is more just for the Orthodox, right? Again, anybody can celebrate. Okay, don't get me wrong. But the way they like to portray it, like they don't say it, but it's a tongue in cheek kind of thing. So again, this is why. So we play it back, right? Lent is just for the Orthodox Christian, but yet anyone can participate in a time of sacrifice, because that's what Lent is dealing with, leading up to Easter that we'll have in a little bit here with everybody with the nice dresses on. We don't dress our kids up or any other time. Anyway, whether you got the nice dress on, everybody is nice. We're good at playing a good charade over here, man. We're good at charades. For everybody who can't do like Pictionary and all that kind of stuff because you can't draw, listen, just know with charades, we're real good at it. We got more masks than you could wear than you could possibly wear at a masquerade ball. You know what I'm talking about, family? Again, lay up not for yourself treasures and lay up for yourself treasure in heaven, where moth and rust doesn't corrupt, where thieves can't break in and steal. Interesting that Christ is talking about that, because we know a whole lot of thieves, man. Again, we just finished talking about black folks' inventions. Do you know one people group, as we understand, dark brown and tan skin tone folks at the top of this thing, family? The slave class, which didn't go away from the 1800s. It's just morphed into something else today that they don't. Again, the same ambiguity that the slave master would use after killing the slave, don't know what happened to him, is the same ambiguity they use now. It's just said differently, without the death, I guess. Maybe the death of character. Hey, we're not, this isn't slander or nothing. We're talking about what you're seeing. Nobody is going through passive aggression and microaggressions and all the stuff that you hear that you just put away to somebody being weak, and it's not actually happening. Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is. But we understand the same mind game that Master was able to use when a fool of a doctor would come out and say that the slave had drapetomania because they wanted to leave the plantation. We understand. It's the same thing today, family. It's said differently. Like, I got black friends. Hey, I'm married to a black woman. I'm married to a black man. Coldness in the heart, family, knows there's no place it can't go. And again, people have set up a society when they are dead and gone. I watched this, me and the missus, shout out to you, honey, one time. We watching Bridgerton and this fool of a Negro. It's interesting that they used the Negro for this, but we gonna go with it because, again, we know there's wrong in all the camp. Listen, they showed it in Black Panther. We keep acting like, we're all holy, family, because we're black, family. It's not true. Okay, there's the foolishness that you got to call out, but it's on different levels. Let's keep it 100, right? Because the last I checked, there's no black Hitler, there's no black Mussolini, right? There's no black Stalin, ain't no black Donald Trump I seen yet. Maybe, I don't know. Family, at the end of the day, there's a certain group of people who are at the top of the class when it comes to spreading this disease. You see here, division, destruction, death. There's some who excel at it. You got salutatorians, man. Hey, listen, the original hustler is not black folks. That would be the so-called white tea, right? If we was on TikTok, we know we're not. We on Spotify, man. The white person, and the so-called white person. Don't lay up for yourself treasure in heaven, not on this earth. Again, we know, pay attention to both. But again, it's this idea where you are so stuck on just here that, again, you willing to off anybody in the way. You have to be careful of people who talk like that. Lay up for yourselves treasure in heaven, so on and so forth, where nobody can steal. For where your treasure is, there your heart will be also. Okay. What is treasure? We did all that to just get to what treasure is. Okay. A quantity of precious metals, gems, or other valuables. Okay. To keep carefully. Okay. Like the word cherish. Very valuable object. A person. This is in an informal way of saying this is a noun. A person whom the speaker loves or who is valued for the assistance they can give. Pause. Because this ain't about what you give me. That's an added on benefit. In Master's system, that's the only part that reigns supreme. Let me say it again. In Master's system, when you're talking about treasuring something or a treasure, it's either an object. Again, the Bible just told you the stuff that rusts and rots. Gold can corrupt in the ground, family. Oxidation, right? Again, things that rust, all this shiny metal, it can rot, family. It's nothing without the people. This is the synergy by which the maker made it. You can see the imbalance in people. What is your treasure, family? What do you hold close? Who? Who do you hold close? Not so close that we crush him and kill him, right? But hold them close to make them better. It's a byproduct. If we are made better by helping them, so be it. But by which we make them better. Good God above, man. You know, the love, when the Bible tells you the love of the great body of people is growing cold, that love grown cold, family, that love grown cold. That love has grown cold, which is going to lead us into this next one here, because for some odd reason, and I don't know why, family, but I do know why, but I don't know why. Man, but I do know why, and I know why people had a problem with this.
God bless America. Sea Chile, Argentina, Uruguay, Paraguay, Bolivia, Perú, Ecuador, Brasil, Colombia, Venezuela, Guyana, Panamá, Costa Rica, Nicaragua, Honduras, El Salvador, Guatemala, México, Cuba, República Dominicana, Jamaica, Haití, las Antillas, United States, Canadá, a my motherland, mi patria, Puerto Rico. Seguimos aquí. God bless America.
We just wanted to say it 2 times, man, because people are getting it. Family, God to certain folks is not God to someone else yet. The Christians are going to get mad at this. It's cool. We want to make sure we go there. I'm not even doing a full one on the Super Bowl's halftime performance. OK, this is just mixing this in because I could get into another video that talks about each one of the breakdowns inside. I don't think we've talked about it on Spotify, right? Breaks down each one of the historical references that Bad Bunny is doing. This brother did his history. Señor Benito. Oh man, you know, like a spy, man. We talking about, never mind, we ain't gonna go there, right? But we talking about going in. Bad Bunny went in on that on purpose, family. And don't you know, it rattled cages, man. See, we knew before when they came out with this whole America thing, but family, that's what this is. Can I be blunt with folks for a second? That's what we talked about, how people talk. We're going to show you a little video here of somebody in there. Again, unfortunately, they're in their bag right now. They're going into masses. They're going into masses playbook. Right. And they're going to talk a certain way, family. You have to be aware of how they speak. Whether it's the deceived, the fully corrupted, however you want to look at it, you have to be aware of how they speak because they'll get you off track if you're not paying attention. I could go into 2 of them. Maybe we will. We'll see if I have time for the second. Let's get, again, love. Now we gonna put love. We just said treasure. So the things you hold close, that's you know what I'm saying? What you hold dear. Okay. This is why we can recognize patriotism and nationalism from a mile away. Because what are you, again, those words just double down into the things that you hold dear about whatever nation or land you're living on. Family, what did you, again, the people groups by which the invader came and took their stuff, loved the stuff more than the people who are already there living with the stuff. Huh? Because if you had any respect for what was going on, I said any respect for it. If you treasured the people at all, if you would have treasured the synergy between the people already living on the lands and the land they were living on. See, but when we talk about your conscience being seared, family, that's another one of those things scripturally that the Christian, when they're close to Massa, they don't know nothing about, because they'll take their happy ass right over into the Congo as missionaries, soften up them people so that Massa, the Dutch, could come through, Netherlands and all that mess could sit. I'm sorry, family. It's about time we said the truth. Christ wasn't just playing games with the Sanhedrin when he was calling them out on how they looked at the Sabbath, how they looked at how they were supposed to deal between the Jews and the Samaritans. You making divisions where there are none. Because we ain't worshiping God off some mountain somewhere. The whole planet belongs to God. And where you worship him not on a mountain, but with each other and in spirit and truth. But then that couldn't be the case when it comes to the PAWs of the world that Martin Sapp wanted to bring up money for, to hold and close the doors for folks, right? You got to make up another 40 bands for money they already got, brother. The hypocrisy, you can see and smell it a mile long, family. We don't give our time, talent, and energies to stuff like that. You got somebody who's a church leader, who's the head of an ICE organization, family. Do you think that's right? What do you think that you just heard the brother name the nations? We won't say it that way. Of the Americas. And again, the word America was put on top of what the natives were calling the lands wherever they were. You was right to say we're in one love, because we are. Our Honduran brothers and sisters, and Guatemalan and Mexican brothers and sisters, and our Puerto Rican and Cuban brothers and sisters, and Haiti and Dominican Republic brothers and sisters. You all want to talk about Republic, but you made sure when we called that whole thing Hispaniola, I guess the Dominican Republic really didn't matter. Now, did it? Again, we mean his definitions, not the legal. It's legally. No. We're not worried about what man is talking about. We're talking about how those people operated when Europeans got there. Europeans and friends and the descendants thereof who keep this mess going. Like this is a good part. Again, love family. When you look, let me see if I have it. I don't even know if I have it. For time, we might just move. We might just move on, because we already know, family. Do you understand? We We're not guessing. We're not. Maybe these people really don't mean what they say. We could go into all the different Greek versions of the word love, right? Agape, philia, eros. And again, people get a little funky with eros, family. If you ain't got no passion, never mind. We're going to leave it alone, right? Philia, storge, STORGE. Again, dealing with a familial, family love. Ludus is in there. Pragma is there. We understand. It's something you can look up, family. Okay. We're not even, that's as simple as just look up the Greek word for love. That's all, right? We're not making it spooky. Knowledge is not supposed to be something where you hide it from folks, right? We could say that in Hebrew, because see, again, people playing off the biblical thing. All right. So in Hebrew, it's dealing with havach, right? Rooted in the word havach, which means to give, but you don't see no giving. With these fools, you ain't seeing no giving. It's about taking. I'm not. Listen, family. We not bugging out. We hear Massa loud and clear. Okay, and they even get into a fight with themselves. Check this out.
I'm sorry, Piers, but to get up there and perform the whole show in Spanish is a middle finger to the rest of America. I
want to do this very quick. The middle finger is the opposite way around. When you cannot recognize listen, you brought your happy asses from Europe. We're sorry. Okay. You came here. You posted up laws through tricks, lies, and deceit, whether it be whoever the Aboriginals were on this, because we know as a group. You already know the Mexican was here. You know the native was here. We've talked about the Californian Indian who was very dark who was here. But don't worry, when you go down into South America, the Darien people in Panama, what they called it I think Panama was named something different then. Same thing. Dark folks with long hair. Huh? Y'all are the ones who do the discredit because there couldn't be nobody else but y'all in the quote unquote new world, right? Sis, pause when you start talking about where the middle fingers come. The disrespect is coming from Massa. Not the other way around. We just want to be seen like y'all are everywhere. The street names are in your names. The highways, you looking up, you look at the green signs on whatever highway you drive in the United States. Because the land sure enough ain't free for the native to just go rolling around without some police officer messing with them or whatever it is. Shout out to the AIM. See, AIM not in Marvel, right? But we talking the Native American movement one time, right? Shout y'all out. When is the dark brown and tan skin tone folks allowed to stand up for themselves? Does that happen? Do we just stay constantly baking your pies and taking care of your kids? And is this is the only thing in y'all's mind? Family, we want to answer the question here. It is the only thing in folks who think like this is mine. Are those the folks that you should be around? We're not here to do verbal tap dancing, family. This is wrong. Right? Let's continue.
There's a damn that we have 40 million Spanish speakers in the United States.
When somebody comes to you and they talk like that, family, whether they say it in a roundabout way or whatever, again, we just want to bring out, we haven't gotten into Walter Pleckers thing. We're going to do that. We'll do that next time. I started it. We're going to continue to read into it because, again, the only way you can come out and when you talk like this is when you want to support only one group of people. I said only, she said 40. We know there's more. She's going to say there's more. Family, at the end of the day, what Megyn Kelly is talking about is just wrong. OK, you share with Mexico. You share with Canada. Right. You're going to act like there wasn't. But this is why you can see this beef with, again, we say Europe 2.0 here. All right. Do not confuse the two, family. When they say United States, you better make a distinction on that because that's what was made back in old 1776 on top of these land from Britain. Right. We're going to play this little, hey, you don't see the ball under the cup. Hey, the legals now say that it's not British colonies. This is you. It's Europe 2.0. OK, the devil got no new tricks. You pass off. Listen, one kingdom takes over another one. You pass it off. I mean, family, this is just how they work. OK. And be sure that we're not caught up in that mess. OK, this is why we say it. The hate and the poison they poison you with. We ain't got to fight back with them. Like you stand your ground. Right. We ain't letting people disrespect us. We understand that. OK, but the rest of this, and this is this woman on Piers Morgan doing this. No, sis. You're going to have to recognize the fact that you out here with other languages. This is the part that's rooted in the heart of these people. They don't want to recognize nothing else other than them own. Sorry. Blame your ancestors who came over here, whether they be, Hungarian. I don't care which one. Right. And listen, Massa always got a good game for everybody. So you need a good pawn. Who's the good pawn in this case? So-called white folks, poor ones, by the way. You're not one of the elites. You're the pawn for them. But you can't see that because you got glitter. Again, the treasures here on this earth that rust and rot. That's what you got on your mind, not the people. Because if you've seen it, you would have already seen it pseudo. People mean more than possession, family. Say it again, KJ. I got you. People mean more than possessions. Let's continue.
We have 310 million who don't speak a lick of Spanish.
So before you get that real mad, sis, that y'all don't speak Spanish, guess what you might have to do? Now, again, Spain is over there in Europe, and Spain also took over parts of these lands here in the West. So, you're still just speaking a different form of the captive's language. But. In all of that sickness is this. The disrespect from England, and maybe part of that's there, right? Because the English will look down on the Spanish. We understand. This is just how this is, okay? But at the same, again, you're speaking Spanish. You're not speaking Boricuan, right? Huh? Taínan? No, what are you? Okay. Hey, we're not out here we're just saying what it is, y'all. The other side of this that's sick, even in recognizing that part of it, is that how disrespectful. You don't want to learn another language. So you're good with Italian. You're good with French, right? You're good with Russian. You're good with German. Hell, I guess Irish, Scottish, whatever that broken down language is. You know what I'm saying? How they speak. It is what it is. Everybody's got a different language family. But what's wrong with Spanish? We know. You can keep playing like you don't know, but we know.
This is supposed to be a unifying event for the country, not for...
Without question, it was a unified event. It's just a certain group of the people don't want to be unified with us. Say it again. We got y'all. It was a unifying event. We watched, we've seen the reaction of the people of each nation when he was saying what he was saying. But right about the time that the divider, see again, where the Christian at? Right about the time that the one who sows discord amongst the brethren. This is why our Muslim brothers and sisters are right when they start calling the so-called white man and white woman the devil. Why? It's adversarial in nature what they're saying, family. And we want to hold on to the parts of life that keep us cush. That we all do it, including me. That keep us. But at some point, we got to say it. It keeps us cush. It keeps us nice and cozy and fancy. And it's broken, family. It's dangerous, and it keeps you at the bottom and them at the top. And it's wrong. This thing is supposed to be balanced where we're both sharing. At the very least. So I'm sorry, miss. This was unifying. You just didn't like it. And again, it'll never be unifying for those who don't like it.
The Latinos, not for one small group, but for the country. We don't need a black national anthem. We don't need a Spanish-speaking, non-English performer, and we don't need an ICE or America hater feature.
So what? Again, family, when we tell you where they want you in a certain place, where they want you, and we're going to pause and stop here, right? We'll finish it up. Not because it's not necessary. We want to introduce a second half here, where we'll start off with her deal, and we're going to go into Walter Pleckard's dealings. That's the next one to look out for. Walter Pleckard's dealings. We're going to continue talking about that as far as colorism goes, because a lot of this is also tied up into this. See, they just look down upon you. They can say it however they need to. This is why we're saying don't operate in that energy. To all of the dark brown and tan skin tone people operating in that energy, you talking about the original hustler here. They sold us the color game to keep us constantly. That's the reason that the dark skinned person, no matter where on the planet, is always look low, because that's how they looked at them. Beautiful people made by a beautiful maker. But at the end of the day, they always have to be down here. Now, whenever they want to play around the opposite way, the only group they're going to give you to make a joke of them, to have them be half what they should be, they will always use the dark. They use the dark ones first. Family, I really don't know how else to say in this. In their system, you will always be looked at as the joke, no matter what exploit you do. And that's where we're going to stop today, family. That's where we're going to stop today. Like I said, we're going to get into this point further when we talk about colorism, specifically Walter Pleckard's thing, because this is the issue. They have an issue whenever they, now, don't get me wrong, brown and tan are right there too. When it gets to dark, that's where it's family. That you can see the vitriol with them, family. It's just the venom comes out. Okay. This is just what it is. It's the opposite way. The lighter you are, man, you pure. You're pure. Again, I think if we're right, if we're Christian and we're right, then at the end, not always, right? But in this case, this is a true thing, is that all of the people groups have been made and they are precious in God's sight. Looks like we need to catch up, family. That's what I got for y'all today. Thank you very much for walking this road with me. And as always, and until next time, I love y'all. God bless. Never, ever, ever, when we talk about these issues, family, don't you get caught up in Master's trick bag. We talk these issues because they must be said. We don't say them to be popular. If it catches on, so be it. If it doesn't, so be it. It's time for things to be said. Right? And as always, and until next time, look to find the beauty in a different view.